What's up, guys? Welcome back to, what are we calling this?
The King channel.
The King channel. Welcome back to the King channel. Today is a big day, and today we get to tell you guys the whole reason of really starting this channel back up. But do you want to tell them?
We're standing in our new house.
Surprise! We're standing right here in the foyer. The whole goal of this is like, we're gonna take you guys through the entire renovation remodeling process.
Yep. I was just gonna say it's gonna be a project. As you can see, he's already gotten started outside on the landscaping.
Do it.
Lots happening, but kind of wanted to run you guys through our plans. So we'll kind of go room to room and just talk about kind of our ideas and our inspo, and it's kind of a trust the process kind of a thing because there's a lot happening. But I think with some Pinterest inspo, overlay, and everything, they'll kind of get the point.
This is the second video back, so we're gonna really dive into the editing. Hopefully I can figure out how to do the overlay, and this video is amazing.
Okay, we'll start with the front doors. We are going to make this into like big arch doors, and we're gonna take out this spot right here. Hopefully, we're still looking into that if that's possible, but I have like 3 different door styles that I really want. I like the idea of having some natural lighting still coming in through the doors, but I want some giant, huge double door arch doors. And then when we come in here, right now, we're not much of like a formal dining room type of a family, so what we're gonna make this into is something that we'll use a lot more is we're gonna shut this right here, have a wall, and this is actually going to be our, our laundry. Okay, we changed it to laundry. Yeah, so initially this was gonna be our butler's pantry, and we were like running with that, but it actually ended up making more sense. So this is gonna be our laundry room, which the laundry room's on the other side of this wall right here, and we were thinking we'd keep the laundry room small and then have a big butler's pantry, but we ended up figuring out some different spots of the house where we can make this all one big laundry room and then have a butler's pantry in a different area. This is still going to be like the formal seating area kind of. I want it to be like a comfy, cozy, no TV. I always want like a kind of a living room that you can have to just like read, a little bit more chill. In a lot of shows that we see, they call it like you're waiting for your Uber room. So like a little bit more of like a formal dining area. And this is gonna be a big arch to have this open from this area into our kitchen, which I think is gonna be like arches everywhere is kind of my ideal plan for this. Okay, into the kitchen. So a few different things that we plan on doing in here. We are going to, this is like definitely a 90s light up here. I remember when we walked in and the light was on and it kind of looked like a skylight and I was like, wait, cool, there's a skylight. No, 100% just like a 90s light. I actually had one similar to this in my house that I grew up and it was like a little bit smaller, but it was still the same vibe. So we're gonna take this down and we're actually gonna do cabinets, custom cabinets up to the top, which we love in our house currently. That's one of the things that we switched when we got our new kitchen. And I just think it makes it look so much taller. Like right now, it kind of seems like the ceilings are not super tall, but once you bring the cabinets all the way up, I think that's gonna be really awesome. And this is kind of like a funky shape of an island, which it actually works with the way that they have it laid out, but we're gonna do more of a square. We're thinking a square island, which I think will be cool and different, and then still have a sink on the island. We're gonna bring this back ever so slightly to where the countertop is actually going to line up right here with this wall. And so we're gonna have a little bit more space in the kitchen, which is nice. These are also gonna be pushed back a little bit, and so that's gonna give us a couple more feet into the kitchen as well. This is where the laundry room is right now back here, and this is all going to be laundry room, right, babe?
Correct.
And then a door into the butler's pantry.
Yeah, so it's gonna go 2 doors.
Oh,
That's how you're gonna get into the
yes.
laundry room, and there's gonna be like a mud room.
Perfect.
And then that's where you're gonna get into the
Yes. That's gonna be so good. Love this little, I say this every single time we come in here, like this is gonna be probably my favorite thing because I've always wanted a house that has a breakfast nook. And I'd love to do like a little bench on this side and then have an oval or a round big table and then have chairs on the other side. I just think that's gonna be so sweet. And like, it's a little bit more casual. We'll still do some bar stools at the countertop, but I think this will probably be where we like typically are dining, and just so freaking cute. Having those windows are perfect for that. This right here is just a bedroom and a full bath, and we're actually taking this whole entire space to be the butler's pantry. Obviously, this is gonna have the kitchen coming back a little bit, so that will take a little bit of this space out, but it's gonna be a heck of a butler's pantry. Since this is actually gonna go, this full bath, and it's gonna be part of the butler's pantry, we're gonna be down a bathroom, so we're gonna put a new bathroom in a different area that we'll show you right out here. It's actually gonna be a half bath though, and that will be where any guests that are like in the living room or when you're in the kitchen, you'll come right here. We need to do a big debrief one of these days about this fireplace, because I just wasn't sure that this was gonna work for us, since it's such a small opening up here. And I was like, will we be able to fit a TV up here? How's that gonna work? Like, where would we put a TV in this room? Which, keep in mind, I would be fine without a TV. But we actually decided we're gonna keep this fireplace, and might change it up a little bit, but I just think, and actually, it's gonna be a little bit different having it painted and stuff, but I think that it will give this home like a lot of, I don't know, character. Not much changing in this room. This is just gonna stay as it is, keep the closet as is. This is gonna be an office, which is like a very good size for an office. And then right when you come out here and to the left, there is a full bathroom. So that will just be good if we ever wanted to make this into a guest room or a bedroom, we can have a full bath right next to it. This is where it gets very interesting. This is actually gonna become a door to our addition, where we have a couple more bedrooms, which I'm very excited about, because we're getting rid of a couple different bedrooms in the house, which I'll show you guys another area here soon. But this is the only area we're adding on to. So this will be essentially a hallway onto those. In the primary room right now, which you can see that this has kind of a funky shape to it right here, we're actually gonna push this back. There is a bathroom right here, and we're actually gonna get rid of that half bath and make the primary room just a big square and a little bit more modern looking. And then we are going to do, we're hoping to do an arch right here. Like I said, I want lots of arches into the bathroom. This over here is gonna be a linen closet, right? So this is actually a pretty big walk-in closet right here. So that's gonna become, so it's actually gonna get pushed back a little bit to make this a bigger opening, but that's gonna be made into a linen closet. And then you're gonna take this way into the next room, which is gonna become both of our closets, which we've never shared a closet. So I'm excited for that.
Never had enough room.
I know, I always kick them into the smaller room. But this arch is gonna obviously come into the bathroom. It's gonna be a lot bigger of an opening right there and wider. And so it's gonna be kind of like a grand entrance, which I love this arch right here, right above the bathtub. Not exactly sure how we're gonna do the bathtub and the shower, so we'll talk more about that another time. But I love this shape of this. We'll probably get rid of like the 90s, what do you even call those kinds of windows? Kind of like a 90s window is what I would call it. But I think that we'll still keep, or we are gonna still keep the arched window, and then we're still gonna have both of ours. We talked about doing a couple different styles, like having a his and her, but we're gonna keep both vanities on this side and push it back a tiny bit into that other room. To make it a little bit bigger in here, we're gonna get rid of this little linen closet, keep the toilet, and then we're gonna change up the shower. I think we're gonna do a wet bath situation. But not a crazy amount changing in here,
No.
shape-wise.
It's got a good layout.
Yeah, for sure. So this little indentation right here, this is actually gonna be the doorway into this room, and this is gonna be shut off, and this is gonna be our closet. So this is like the biggest closet ever. It was an office before this, so it's definitely gonna be like plenty of room. We're gonna get rid of this closet to just be a bigger space in here. And maybe we'll do like Jay's side over here, my side over here. And then there's a big window. Oh yeah, and we're thinking about maybe even doing an island in the middle. That would be really nice, so that we could have, honestly, like not any like empty space right here, but then also we can have like more drawers. We could fold all of our laundry on it. That'd be so cool. I also just love that there's this big window right here, because then we're gonna have natural lighting. It's so nice. It's gonna be freaking sweet. A big arched window. It's so nice that they already have those, because I can only imagine how hard it is to put in arched windows if there weren't already some.
Okay, so obviously that was just the inside. Later on down the road, we'll do a separate video of like plans for the outside and things like that. But everything in here that Sydney just went over, obviously it's subject to change. That's just what we kind of have planned for right now. But honestly, we love it. I think it's a great layout already, and we're not changing too much, but we're making it, to what we want, and that's what matters. That's what's important. So
Originally, we thought that this was going to be like a huge project of our layout situation. We were thinking like, oh my gosh, it's going to have to be like adding plumbing in so many different areas and taking out so many more walls and figuring out this. We ended up figuring out a better layout, and it ended up making things a lot easier. So that makes it a lot easier of a project too.
Absolutely. I think, we could say that it matters who you hire as far as a designer, because she helped a lot with that. So, we're excited about this. We're going to take you guys along the entire process.